Video on Botfree Group at the moment.
What for?
Oh, just for social media.
No, I don't want it done, thanks.
Oh, I'm doing it.
Well, it's our company and I'm asking you not to do it.
Well, I can see it from the road, so...
Yeah, well, can you not film, please?
Well, I will be, I'll also...
Call the police for me, because you're not...
Call the police for someone with a camera?
Well, yeah, because you've done it to them over there.
Yes. And I got my drone as well, so we'll be sending the drone over to get some drone footage, so...
You're not doing it?
If you're doing 911, not 999, 101, sorry.
999.
999?
Yeah,
what are you going to report? A man with...
Please.
Oh, let me hear this. Man with a camera.
Please. It's harassment.
You've come out and harassed me, I'm not harassing you.
Hi there, and there's just on the industrial estate in Louth, and there's a strange chap walking around filming businesses and says he's sending drones up and taking footage and just, well, being pretty nosy.
The worker immediately calls the police, describing the auditor as a suspicious person recording local businesses. However, there is nothing suspicious about what the auditor is doing. He openly explains why he is there and makes no attempt to hide his actions. The worker also tells the call handler that the auditor is being nosy, but curiosity is not a crime. Taking photos or recording videos in a public place is completely lawful, and showing an interest in a business does not justify police involvement. This is another example of someone reporting a perfectly legal activity simply because they do not like it. Instead of dealing with the situation calmly, the worker escalates it unnecessarily, showing a poor understanding of the public's legal rights. When the police arrive, they continue the problem by treating a lawful activity as if it were suspicious and attempting to challenge the auditor without proper legal grounds.
Called about somebody matching your description.
Absolutely, yeah, I give him the video. I'm stood there when he called. I think it's this one that called you, wasn't it?
So what's the crack? What's going on?
Just doing a bit of videoing today.
Sorry?
Just doing a bit of videoing today.
Okay, what's the purpose of the video?
My purpose, really.
No. What's the purpose of the video?
Sorry? No. My purpose, really. Thank you.
What is the purpose of the video?
Do I have to answer that question?
Well, yeah, because it may be that you're breaking the law by if you...
Doing what? What law do you think I've broken?
Well, we'll start with GDPR rules.
Okay, that's nothing to do with the police. Is it?
Is it not?
No. And it isn't anyway, because I'm in public, I can film anything I can see in public, can't I?
Yeah, you can film in public, but if you're overflying private premises and videoing stuff that's on there, then that becomes a little bit of an issue.
No, incorrect, officer, I'm sorry, you're incorrect.
During the conversation, the officer makes the surprising claim that the auditor has broken GDPR rules. The auditor immediately corrects him, explaining that GDPR has nothing to do with private individuals filming in public. The General Data Protection Regulation is designed to control how businesses and organizations collect, store, and process personal data. It does not stop members of the public from recording in public places. Despite this being a basic legal principle, some officers still misunderstand it and wrongly use GDPR as a reason to challenge public photography. Instead of relying on the correct law, the officer throws around legal terms that do not apply, making it clear that he does not fully understand the legislation he is referring to.
So every aeroplane, hot air balloon, glider goes over, they're not allowed to video, is that what you're saying?
Well, aeroplanes won't be able to pick up as much detail as a drone over the flight in some specific premises.
Small aeroplanes.
What is the purpose behind? What interest do you have in filming?
It's fine. I like industrial estates, so I'll go industrial estates making videos of companies I find interesting. Are you recording?
No.
It's flashing. There's a green light flashing.
Yes, it is.
Is that recording?
Flashing red, then I'll be recording.
Right, okay.
The green is not recording, so
right.
What law
Because we don't know, you see, so we don't know that. So, but if you are not recording, that's fine. But you would have, one of your procedures you would have broke if you hadn't told me that.
Why is that?
Because you have to inform me. As well, you mentioned GDPR.
I can film anything I want in public. You've just come back.
No, not you. No, you're filming as a company. You're an officer working for the law. You have to, by GDPR rules, you have to tell me. Like the sign on the gate there saying they're filming people.
Instead of accepting the auditor's explanation, the officer tries to turn his own words against him by saying, "I can film anything I want in public." However, that argument quickly falls apart. The auditor points out that police officers are also subject to legal responsibilities when using body-worn cameras, including following the relevant data protection rules and informing people where appropriate. This moment highlights an obvious contradiction. Some officers question members of the public for recording in public, yet fail to recognize the legal responsibilities that apply to their own use of recording equipment. Rather than strengthening the officer's argument, it exposes the inconsistency in his position.
GDPR works that way. Do you not understand that GDPR works that way?
Okay. So, what are we going to do about you filming? Because it's clearly causing annoyance to people.
That's not my problem. I'm in the public area filming. I'm not annoying anybody. They're annoying me, to be honest. They're actually annoying me.
Called the police.
And they're annoying me. They come out and annoy me. He did. They annoyed me. I don't report them because I thought, well, just go back to work and leave me to it. So if you think I'm breaking any laws, then please quote the laws I'm breaking. Because I'm not breaking any law here.
This is a clear example of poor policing. Instead of enforcing the law, the officer focuses on people's feelings even though no offense has been committed. The auditor is lawfully filming in a public place, and whether someone finds that uncomfortable or annoying has no legal significance. Police officers are there to enforce the law, not to resolve situations simply because someone dislikes what is happening. With no legal grounds to intervene, the officer instead tries to pressure the auditor into leaving. However, personal discomfort does not override legal rights, and a professional officer should understand that.
You seem a bit annoyed and that you can't get me on anything. That's wrong, isn't it, surely?
It's not the fact that I can't get you on anything, it's just that if you are causing somebody enough annoyance and they're worried about people's private details being published on the internet and what have you, because there are certain things that are visible from up to your drone camera.
Yeah.
And they are rightly concerned that those will be published on the internet.
Absolutely, can be concerned. Put them inside. Because anybody, I can go on that public path and fly my drone. I could have done it secretly. I let them know what I'm doing.
Okay, but from their point of view,
yeah,
can you see why it would cause an annoyance if you are entirely in the right and you are exercising your right as a person to do something that they don't want you to do?
Yeah.
And you refuse to stop when you've been asked, even though it's their premises that are affected by your actions.
Well, they said there, we're highly secret, blah, blah, blah. They're a fragrance company. I'm like, highly secret fragrances? Really? You know, people really build themselves up to be bigger than they are, just to try to stop people exercising their God-given right, legal rights in this country, legal rights in this country, to video anything I can see from a public place.
Many businesses act as though their internal policies are more important than the law, claiming that filming their premises is illegal when it is not. Security guards, managers, and employees often refer to GDPR, privacy laws, or company rules even though none of those give them the authority to stop members of the public from filming in public places. This behavior is about control rather than legality. Instead of accepting that public photography is lawful, some businesses choose to threaten police action and waste police resources simply because they dislike being recorded. By challenging these claims, the auditor highlights a common problem where private companies try to present themselves as having legal powers that they simply do not have.
I can video anything I can see from public place.
Does it not then become an issue because you can't see it from a public place because your drone is going into a private place to take these images?
It's flying over in the airspace, which is controlled by the Civil Aviation Authority, and I obey all the laws for flying my drone. Civil Aviation Authority, there's no restrictions for flying in this area, on this estate, wherever, so I can fly my drone free will all over this place. I feel you're annoyed. I don't understand. You're not the feelings police. You've got to remember this. You're not the feelings police. You're here to feel.
I'm not the feelings police. I just find it incomprehensible that
But you're like him. It's not up to you to understand what I'm here to do. It's not up to you to understand that, is it? If I'm here and not breaking any law, then basically you need to just walk away and let them know he's not breaking any law. Leave him to it.
What makes this situation even more concerning is that the auditor has to tell the officer to walk away. That should never be necessary. When no crime has been committed, there is no reason for an officer to remain involved simply because they are annoyed or uncomfortable. Rather than ending the interaction professionally, the officer stays at the scene, making it appear that the issue is with the auditor personally rather than with any breach of the law. This is another example of poor policing, where personal frustration takes priority over protecting the public's legal rights.
A delivery is out in the yard waiting to be picked up, and people's, their clients' details, addresses, and what have you are on display.
Tell me this, officer. Do they have the right to tell me to stop videoing?
I think they've probably got the right to stop you from overflying their premises.
No, you're wrong. You're incorrect.
I think they probably do.
I think you're incorrect.
If you look at the contracts when you buy a house, the property you own, then you also own the airspace above it. It doesn't stop at the roof of the house.
Maybe you do. That's all a bit grey, but...
So if you're overflying their property, then that does become a point where...
Right. Can you hear in the sky?
Sorry?
Can you hear in the sky? There's an airplane flying over.
Yes, there is.
So is he asked him if he can fly over his property. He's gone over his property.
As the officer continues making weak arguments, an aircraft flies overhead at exactly the right moment. The auditor immediately points to it and asks, "Do they need permission to fly over someone's property?" The question instantly exposes the flaw in the officer's reasoning. The officer has no answer because the law is clear. Private businesses do not own the airspace above their property. Just as aircraft can legally fly overhead, drones operating within the legal height limits and Civil Aviation Authority regulations do not require permission from landowners simply to pass over their property. The auditor's quick response highlights how weak the officer's argument really is and makes it clear that there were no proper legal grounds to challenge the flight.
See, what you're saying is a bit silly. I understand what you're saying. People kind of have this thing, they do own some of it.
Can your drone fly at 20,000
I think
feet?
obviously if they don't want you flying over, like next to their businesses where there's information shown and things like that, I think they're polite, so politely have to stop. Obviously I appreciate you've said it's escalated. If they'd like you to stop, then just want to keep things,
But what about my thing? So what about me? I've come here to make videos and I want to make the video, so what about my thing? What about respect for me?
Just please not get any kind of private information involved in that.
Well, that's not on me though, that's on them. You can't, if they've left private information out.
If you do publish these videos online,
Yep.
can you make sure that the information is unreadable?
I'll do my best if I think it's confidential, but you can't see anything. I'm 30, 40, 50 metres up. I can't even make faces out, you know what I mean? And everybody goes mad about it. It's ridiculous.
If a business genuinely has confidential or sensitive information, it is responsible for protecting it properly. It should not leave that information exposed and then blame photographers or drone operators for recording what is already visible from a public place. The auditor strengthens this point by explaining that his drone is flying at heights of 30, 40, or even 50 meters, making it impossible to capture fine details such as people's faces or private documents. This argument exposes another failed attempt to blame lawful photography instead of accepting the business's own responsibility to protect sensitive information. With no solid legal grounds available, the officers rely on hypothetical situations and emotional arguments rather than the actual law.
I don't get that information out, I'm sorry. Do I need to? Think carefully what you're going to say next. I know there's one answer to this and it begins with N.
So the answer begins with
N.
N for...
No. When I said, do I need to?
Well...
No, there's not a well, there's no buts to it. It's either a yes or a no.
It's open to interpretation. It depends, because if I feel that you've been involved in ASP, then yes, you do.
ASP?
The Police Reform Act.
What's ASP?
Antisocial behaviour.
Antisocial behaviour?
Yes.
When the auditor asks, "Do I have to?" the officer replies, "It depends if I feel you've been involved in antisocial behavior." That response is deeply concerning because police powers are not based on personal feelings. They must be based on facts, evidence, and the law. Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002 allows an officer to require someone's name and address only when there are reasonable grounds to believe that person has been involved in antisocial behavior. It does not allow officers to act simply because they feel someone has done something wrong. By using the phrase, "if I feel," the officer reveals a subjective approach that has no place in professional policing. Police officers cannot rely on personal opinions or emotions when exercising legal powers. Their decisions must always be supported by objective evidence and lawful authority.